How to start a business without money. Okay, let me start out by being completely real with you all. Building a business is hard, and building a business without money is even harder. But guess what? It's definitely possible. In fact, when I first started my business, the only money I had was a $250 deposit into a business checking account. And to be completely honest, I never really planned to use that money. It was just a deposit I had to make to ensure the account would get open without incurring any fees. But fast forward to today, and that company went on to make over $10 million throughout the last decade. And it was listed as Inc. 5000's fastest growing companies in 2020. So in this video, what I want to do is share exactly what I learned on how to start a business without money. So if you're in the same shoes that I once wore, you know exactly what to do. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Sean with Life Accounting, the accounting company that saves people from high taxes and low profits. Now, the tips I'm gonna share with you today build off of one another. So you're gonna wanna make sure you watch this entire video so you completely understand what you need to do step by step. All right, now let's go ahead and dive straight into how to start a business without money, starting with step number one, start a service company. Okay, so if you don't have any money, then I'm gonna recommend your first business that you start is a service business, because you can start a service business with very little capital when you compare it against something like a product company or a tech company. Now, if you do want to raise money, get investors or get a loan, and you're okay with getting into debt to start your company, well, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother video. However, if you are a new entrepreneur, like you've never started a business before and you don't have a huge business social network or social circle, then I'm gonna highly recommend that you do start a service business anyway, even if you have a little bit of money, because there is so much lower risk associated with a service company, and you have the luxury, guys, of making mistakes, which is something you're definitely gonna do within your first business. Hey Sean, look, I failed and I got right back up. Step number two, pick the right service business for you. All right, there's a lot of different types of service businesses that you can start, right? You could be a personal trainer, you could be a makeup artist, you could be a pet sitter, a handyman, you can decide to be a graphic designer, a tutorer, or a YouTuber, a lawn care specialist. You can decide you want to be an auto mechanic. There's just so many options that you can choose from. And what I see a lot of people doing is they default to picking the service business that will make them the most money. And that's exactly what you do not want to do. I want you to choose something that you are passionate about as opposed to picking something that you think will make a lot of money. And yeah, I know it's difficult because money is so important, especially when you don't have a lot. But believe me, when you actually care about what you are doing, the money will be much easier to make. For example, if you were to run the numbers on how much money you can make as a technology consulting company, and then you run the numbers on how much money you can make as a dog care company, then you would easily choose starting a technology consulting company because they make more money per client. However, for example, I've had a client who was so passionate about dogs that she went on to run a $1 million dog company. And at the same time, I've had clients who have informational technology companies and they barely make six figures. So you want to choose something that you're passionate about, something that you would enjoy learning about, something you would enjoy reading about on the weekends, something you love watching YouTube videos about, etc. Because that passion will carry you forward even when the money doesn't. Step number three, develop a valuable skill. So maybe you've decided that you want to start a service business, or maybe you haven't, right? It doesn't really matter. Either way, this step applies to you, because whether you have a service company, a product company, or a tech company, you have to be able to set yourself apart from all the competition. And one of the best ways to do this, if you don't have a lot of money, is to be the best, right? Be the most knowledgeable about your industry, and then on top of that, have the most technical skills around it. And this is important because when you have undeniable skills and talent, people, your potential customers, will develop a lot more trust in you and your company. For example, if we go back to that dog care company, right? That is something that it seems like almost anyone could do, like walking a dog, entertaining a dog, grooming a dog, giving them a bath. Seems so simple. But when you can show your expertise around dog care, like you know that this dog and this fur needs this type of shampoo, or this breed of dog is sensitive to these type of foods, so you need to feed them XYZ. You would immediately start separating yourselves from the basic dog care person, and you would be considered someone who is like a professional dog care specialist. So what you want to do is try to separate yourself and develop valuable skills. And guess what? It's okay if you don't have any valuable skills right now. You can take your time, develop skills while still following the next few steps in this video. So let's move on to step number 4, choose your business entity. So you probably didn't know, but in some states like Georgia, for example, you can establish a sole proprietorship or a general partnership without filing any legal documents. Which means if you literally don't have any money for your business, or you just want to be very, very conservative, then you can start a sole proprietorship or a general partnership completely for free. And you can start working on that business right away. The main thing you're gonna want to obtain is an employer identification number, or EIN number for short. And this is kind of like a social security number, but for your business. And you're gonna need your EIN number to do things like set up a business bank account. If you hire employees, you're gonna use that to pay employees, and you're gonna use that EIN number to receive legal and official documents. Now, typically, I see people rushing to start an LLC because they want limited liability protection for their personal assets. But when I ask people, okay, what personal assets are you trying to protect? People start to realize, man, I actually have very few assets that I'm trying to protect. I don't have a lot of money. I don't own a house or anything like that. So sometimes starting an LLC is not a good idea, but again, sometimes it can be. To learn more about why you may not need an LLC, make sure you check out my video linked above and in the description below. And we have so many other videos on business entities, whether you should choose to start an S corporation, C corporation, LLC, etc. So just make sure you subscribe to our channel if you want to learn about all your options. All right, step number 5, trade your time. When you have no money, time is your most valuable asset. And you can trade your time in 3 ways. So let's briefly talk about how. Starting off with trading your time for experience. So when I first started my company, I did marketing and I had no clients. And literally every time I pitched to someone about our marketing program, they wanted to see our past work and our past results. But I never really had anything to show them. So I continued to work on my pitch by working on what I would say and working on the overall design of my slides, but I came up short. I kept getting rejected until finally I decided to offer our services for free, which at the time I was like, man, I didn't start this company not to make money, and they're probably just using us. When it's over, they're gonna leave us hanging. But the exact opposite happened. Instead, we went on to generate so many results that our first client started paying us to continue the marketing program. And we had real results to show potential clients, which also helped us to land more clients as well. Now, I have to admit that we were incredibly lucky with some of those opportunities, but I do stand firm that if you do not have past results or any clients, then start out by working for free In other words, trading your time for experience. Secondly, and probably most commonly, you can trade your time for money. I don't have to say a lot here, okay? Other than it's time to grind, it's time to hustle. This is where you're gonna have to put up with some needy clients, you're gonna have to work some late nights, and you may even find yourself clocking in on the weekends. You're gonna eventually feel like a workaholic, but as long as you are gaining momentum, you will eventually be able to use the money that you're earning to get your time back. And then lastly, you can trade your time for growth. So once you start rolling, there's gonna be some opportunities that just fall in your lap. And sometimes you're gonna wanna have to trade your time for that opportunity. For example, it could be an opportunity to speak at an event, or it could be an opportunity to network with like-minded entrepreneurs. And sometimes you might have to sacrifice any money that you're trading your time for in order to trade your time for this opportunity. Are you enjoying this video? Yeah? Awesome. Well, please do us a huge favor and hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It will help to spread our video on to more people. And also, please share a comment, just giving us your overall feedback. Tell us if you liked this video or if it was something else that you were expecting instead of this. All right, step number 6, start organic digital marketing. Now, step number 5 and step number 6 are closely related because they both involve using your own time. Of course, if you have a new company and no one knows you, then you've got to start getting your business name out there. The problem is that most marketing and advertising out there is either one of two things. One, it's either very expensive, or two, and probably more importantly, it is very ineffective. So as I mentioned, I used to run a marketing company, and one of the things we did to grow was using organic marketing strategies. So what is organic marketing? Well, it's simply a way that people discover who you are without you having to pay for sponsorships or advertisements, all right? So they basically find your company organically. The two biggest forms of organic marketing are going to be social media marketing and search engine marketing. And it costs you absolutely nothing to post on social media, write in other people's comments, use hashtags, and send direct messages. At the same time, it costs you nothing to write a great blog or a great article around your industry that could show up in search engine rankings. So being aggressive with social media and search engines can help you explode your reach and get massive brand awareness without you actually spending any money, although you do need to spend your time. If that sounds good to you, then I have to plug our other YouTube channel, which is Life Marketing. Make sure you follow them and subscribe for more digital marketing tips. All right, step number 7, track your financials. So at this part of your journey, you may have started a service business, you've developed some skills, you've got incorporated, and you started to land some clients. So this is what happens next, okay? You need to track your financials because as you're operating, I'm willing to bet you're gonna find some necessities. You're gonna find some really cool tools that help you to maximize your workflow. Now, keeping track of all your transactions are important for 2 reasons. Number 1, you're gonna need to report your business income when you file your annual taxes, and you definitely wanna make sure you're reporting everything accurately to the IRS. And number 2, and probably more importantly, it's important for you to know as the entrepreneur exactly what is going on with the money that you make so that you can make very important business decisions. Hey Sean, look, I can track my finances all the way from Mars. All right, kind of like that, but that's especially important because of step number 8, which is reinvesting your profits. You started this business with no money, so don't jump too quickly into spending the money that you make. And that's probably one of the biggest mistakes that I see new entrepreneurs making, right? They start to upgrade their lifestyle. So what they do is they go out, they get a new car, they get a new house, they get a new girlfriend. Wait, editor, cut that part out. Okay, the girlfriend thing was just a joke, but seriously, try not to upgrade your lifestyle unless you absolutely need to, because remember, you're likely gonna be trading your time for money. And we wanna take back some of that time now that you have some money. So what exactly does that mean? It means it's time to start reinvesting profits. Now, there are gonna be a lot of reasons why you may want to reinvest profits. For example, you may want to reinvest into an advertising campaign that could bring more revenue, thus bringing in more profits. But the two biggest ways that I would suggest you start reinvesting your profits are to, number one, start hiring people. Hiring people is a no-brainer if you find yourself working 12, 15-hour days and just constantly saying to yourself, I am too busy, where does the time go? I wish I had some help and I don't have any time. If you're saying that, you need to hire someone. Even if you're just hiring an intern, a contractor, a part-time employee, or you're just outsourcing to another company. You need to start taking back some of your time and focusing on business growth. Now, the second big investment I would recommend that you make is to buy technology. Hiring people, of course, is not the only way to save time, especially today. You have so many tools and so much artificial technology out there that you can literally save hundreds of hours a month even if you don't hire people. Now, the type of technology to buy or to rent will be different for everyone, but in general, if you find something that can legitimately save you time, then it may be a good investment for your business. Step number 9, don't stop learning. Now, if you had money, then maybe you could get away with hiring a consultant to help you navigate all the uncharted territories that you're gonna be exploring, but hey, consultants are expensive. So the advice I would have for people who want to start a business without money is to do exactly what you are doing right now. And that is to consume as much free content from reputable people that you can, which is why I started off this video by telling you guys I built a $1 million company without money. Now, a quick disclaimer on free content. You have to be very careful because people use their free content as a way to get you into their paid content, which of course is smart for them, and it may be a smart marketing strategy for you one day as well. So what you need to know is that most of the time with some of the free content you consume, there are going to be holes left unfilled. Or in other words, you won't get a complete lesson, but you can still fill in these holes by continuing to learn more and continuing just to consume more free content, and then think for yourself and try to connect all the dots on your own. Even today, I continue to learn. I'll try to read at least one business book or self-improvement book every single month. And I am constantly consuming business content on TV by watching Shark Tank and CNBC. I also consume business content on social media. And of course, I watch YouTube as well. Hey Sean, look, I can learn in my sleep. All right, tip number 10, review and optimize. All right, my last step on how to start a business without money is to continue to review and optimize your business. So after about 1 to 2 years of running your business, you should have accumulated enough time and data to be able to make thoughtful decisions. So now it's time to assess, okay? See if you are happy with what you're doing. Are you as passionate as you thought you would be about this service company? Yes? Okay, then next, you wanna start asking yourself, are you making money and are you profitable, right? If so, all right, let's move on to the next thing. So what's stopping you from growing more? Do you need more people? Is it time for you to take your profits and reinvest? All right, so the point here is start asking yourself some serious questions. Take the time to stop, review, and optimize, because so many times as entrepreneurs, we get so caught up in doing the next thing. But I think it was Bill Gates who takes off a week every year just to reflect, reassess, and then plan for the future. If everything is going great, then congratulations, you have officially joined the Bootstrap Club of starting a business without money. And I want you to go back to this video multiple times and just ask yourself, okay, what step am I on and what do I need to do to continue to grow my business without money? And at some point, you're gonna come back to step number 10, and I'm here to congratulate you because you've officially joined the Bootstrap Club of starting a business without money. So that's all I got for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm curious, was this video helpful for you? Were you looking for something different? Tell us in the comment section below. Otherwise, I have 2 more videos that are coming up next that you should check out if you haven't already, and we'll see you over there.